Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just come down to XRP once again. Thank you for your support. Okay, big of the CoinsKid crew. So XRP's done something on the monthly time frame, which I think is a very, very powerful statement that we should not ignore, and it could be a warning shot to the perma bears and the naysayers in this market that XRP is about to make all-time highs in the month of December. And I did relay this to you just before the monthly close. My anticipation is an all-time high in December. So I've been looking at this for a very long time. A lot of people say news related and things like that, but we've been looking at its breakout for a very long time. For those people that have been tuned into the channel, I did say to you, I think that XRP is front running this market. I think it bottomed in July right there before the vast majority of other altcoins. We've been looking at the perfect play, the perfect setup, and so far so good. I was actually targeting a 40 cent to $4 trade right there, and so far that's playing out like an absolute boss. We're not too far away from that $4 right now. So I'll go through that with you in the charts, but I'm just showing the crypto blocks at the moment. We've got BTC pulling back here towards the 30 level, so right now it's getting quite oversold, and we've got all the the dark green blocks here. We've got Banana, we've got MPC, we've got Ray, and we've got Solana. So possibly by this time tomorrow come back, Bitcoin's had its correction, it's got it out of the way, it's beginning to move back up the stairs. Like I said to you, rolling into the month for the correction right there, and then boom, the show continues. So we most definitely want to see Bitcoin looking healthy, coming up, making all-time highs, continuing with the show if we expect to see a massive booming alt season going forward. Because like I said to you, on the Bitcoin dominance, if that's falling and BT's breaking out, there's your alt season right there. Okay, so we'll take a look at that as well. But so far so good. We're absolutely crushing this trade on XRP. But right now it is in a state of greed. It's been up there for quite a while. It's had a little bit of a drawdown today, so possibly some kind of ABC correction that's complete, or a larger ABC correction down to this God candle backtest just there, around about $1.95. But so far it's just doing really, really well. I don't see any sort of major bearish signal right now, like I relayed to you. I don't see any of that at the moment to jump ship. I'm just relying on the data, but so far so good. We're just riding this train for XRP, but it is front running the market in my opinion. So with that, like I've said to you, if we take a quick look at the XRP chart, we go back to the weekly time frame right here, you can clearly see it bottomed just there as expected, right slam bang on my target, which is a minimal buy zone of 0.40 cents. It was an amazing trade, and that was the month of July. If we take a look at the likes of Chainlink, for example, which I think is catching up XRP right now as a grand opportunity going forward, we take a look, that bottom was in August. So like I said to you, and people trolled the channel and says, you're an idiot, you know what you're talking about. I've said to you for a very long time, I think XRP is front running this market, especially for the altcoins. So it's a clue. If XRP is doing well, then all these coins that are lagging and not doing well, they are opportunities to eventually catch up, because it's Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP right now that the stars of the show. So let me dive into the charts right now. I'm going to take a quick look at a couple of charts that build confidence to the fact that I don't necessarily think this tops in, and the signals I'm looking for the top, which I relayed to you before. Then we'll dive into the XRP chart to see what we can see going forward. Okay, so one major chart, I'm going to show you a couple of more charts before I get to the XRP content right there, but one major chart we are keeping an eye on, and I'll try and relay this to you every day, is the tether dominance. Now right now I do actually think that this green line, where we saw this major bounce way back in March, once we saw that correction begin right there for the crypto markets, this is a technical target room right now, around about 3.8%, and if we push below that, then I'll be starting to look at where we are in the market, especially for Bitcoin and many altcoins. Where are we? What's happening? Are we creating monster bullish divergence on the tether dominance? Have we got bearish divergence across the board on Bitcoin, so on and so forth? So 3.25% is a 1.2 Fibonacci extension right there. So these targets are on my radar, and obviously I'm looking for the invalidation, looking for a major reversal in the tether dominance, but so far so good. It's pushing down, and this is why I was extremely bullish on crypto. As soon as I come back from America, I was making many videos outlining why I'm buying crypto here. I made a video on VeChain, why I'm buying, Cardano, why I'm buying, Chainlink, why I'm buying, Ethereum, why I'm buying, so on and so forth. And obviously with that bottoming structure right there in XRP as well, why I'm buying. And it was really simple. It's because of the breakdown and the flagging overlapping nature within this chart. Really, really simple. So this chart is boss. Get into your charts. It's the tether dominance, USDT.D. We'll keep an eye on this going forward, but at the moment that's the technical target, unless we start to see structural price action tell us otherwise. Let me show you the other chart right now that I'm looking at as confluence to my analysis, that the top is not in right now. The other chart is the S&P 500. We're looking at this. It's been confluence my analysis that we would see this big break from XRP. Like I said to you, and I've relayed to you till I'm blue in the face, this is the cheat sheet. Okay, this is the clue. Whatever this does, it's the clue for risk, basically lagging risk, which is obviously crypto, to eventually catch up the king of risk, which is the S&P 500. So I've been really bullish on the S&P since that break of resistance in early 2023, pretty much one XRP bottom right there. I've been incredibly bullish on risk, and I said to you, I think we'll see all-time highs in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, VeChain, so on and so forth, and eventually, your altcoins, your XRPs and things like that will play catch up, which is the phase in which we are right now. So we need to pay attention to this chart primarily because it front runs. Okay, really, really simple. Going forward, I think we could potentially see this top out at the 2 fib around about 6.634.88. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that going forward. Right now it's doing really well, but the minute this starts to look bearish, then obviously I think we're in trouble. So I'll keep that on the radar as well for yourselves. Let's dive into the other chart before we do get into XRP content right there. So the other chart that we need to pay attention to is the Bitcoin dominance. A very important chart. Now, so far so good. For those people paying attention, I did say to you way back here when everyone was extremely bullish on the likes of XRP, Cardano, VeChain, Bitcoin even, I said to you, I'm looking for a macro correction here, and I don't expect to see an alt season until we tag a level of resistance in the Bitcoin dominance. And right on cue, look at this, we rallied into that red line. Look at that, boom, gone into the red line. Fantastic. Now, this is the key point, okay? This is where we need to pay attention to this particular analysis, because once this chart starts to reverse from this point, this is typically where we do start to say, okay, this is it, the end is it, and this is something we need to pay attention to. We've got to respect this chart because so far so good, it's playing out, and then it gives us a clue to the the future basically playing out. So at this point, I was really, really bearish on crypto. I was expecting this rally into this red line where I did think we'd trigger point for a potential alt season, and so far so good. We're seeing some beautiful moves up on the likes of XRP, Cardano, VeChain, so on and so forth. A lot of people are miffed, but it's just simple data and technical analysis that I relay to you. Look at the move on XRP that's come since we've tagged that 60% level for the Bitcoin dominance. We've seen a huge breakout. So far so good. So right on cue, if you take a look, this vertical green line represents the halving. Okay, so XRP is going sideways. Then we run through this red line, which is basically 35 weeks after the halving. What happens to XRP? It begins to move up the stairs. Okay, so it's only when this particular chart, the candlesticks, is bottoming down here. What's happening to XRP? It's topping. Okay, so this is what we need to see in this chart. We need to see a reversal in this chart to tell us the run's over, basically. It's a get out of XRP time, jump ship, run for the hills, take profit, and just buy back once this chart starts to reverse again. So basically, what we've got here, if you take a look, as this started to drop here, we've got the 35 week scenario of the previous halving. The dominance came back up like that, and then when it pushed through this red line after 35 weeks, what did XRP begin to do? It was having its little correction, it bottomed out down here, and then it absolutely went vertical as this chart pushed down. It's only when this chart started to push down, started to reverse, that we start to see XRP coming for that big crash and correction right there. So we have to pay attention to this chart. We've got a very important trigger point right on the 60%. What's happening to XRP? It's took off into space. It's doing incredibly well against herd mentality and all expectations, but we've been looking at this because of the data and confluence in other charts. So this is the case I've been building for a very long time with yourselves, and so far it's playing out. So again, I'm just respecting the inverse correlation of this chart playing out again. Once we start to see the loss of this ribbon and start to see some kind of reversal in this particular chart, that for me will spell the end of the big impulse right there for XRP, and I just don't see it yet. It doesn't mean I'm a moon tard, a bull tard, whatever, but you can clearly see once we lost the red line, we lost the ribbon coming all the way down. Oh no, it's going to zero. Then we began to take out the ribbon. As soon as we start to do that, your top was in, wasn't it? So I'll try and find that for you, but it could just simply be that we are about to see a significant drop in the dominance, because once we lost that just there, the dominance never recovered. It's only when it started to pick back up through the ribbon, okay, it was beginning to recover. But one of the most important things was this neckline. You see this level of support just there in 2018, that was the top. Just there when it touched its neckline in 2021, that was the top of an impulsive move. So right now, is it a case that we just got to kick back, relax, just keep an eye on the dominance? If it does something like this and it's pushing down and it begins to tag this line, we'll address where XRP is in time, because that was a top, and potentially if this dominance gets down to there in time, then that could just be the top signal right there, with confluence and many other things we'll look at in time in the XRP chart and many other charts, S&P 500, amongst other things, and the total 2 chart, which I'm about to show you. So I'm just going to kick back, relax, okay, and I'll keep looking at these charts every single day with yourselves to build confluence. Okay, we're looking pretty top here, and this is where we need to be exiting the market, as well as the price structure at the time. Okay, so at the minute, a lot of people say you're moon tard, you're bull tard, you're making things up and blah, blah, blah. But I've always shown you these things, okay, over the years, and I've just been trying to educate you and deliver the message to you that I do actually think that XRP is bullish, and we will be looking at all-time highs. And a lot of people says, no way, you're an idiot, and you unsubscribe, call me a clown, and things like that. But I did say to you, I just think that that correction we went through in 2021 into 2022 right there for XRP was just merely a corrective phase of a bull market missing its final leg. And I think this is where we are right now. We're in the final leg here for XRP. So I wish you the most luck, but going forward, we'll keep an eye on this particular chart going forward. It's a very important chart. We lose a ribbon and print a red sail dot. Okay, we're looking at a huge drop in this chart, potentially down to this neckline, which will spell the end right there for the crypto run for XRP. You can get the CoinsKid ribbon. Just go to coinskid.com, get involved, join up. It's a really simple process. Let's dive into the other chart I want to show you right now that builds a confluence of my analysis. We are looking at this vertical for XRP, okay? So looking at total 2, I actually think, and I've gone through this with you many times, for those people who've been on the channel, you know, I think that this is the last leg to a bull market that we've actually been in, risk on environment, since the bottom in 2018. This is it. And it consists of 5 waves. And within this particular correction and crash, we've got, you know, identical scenario that from the first impulse here of 2018 into 19, we had the 1, which consisted of 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they was 5 waves. And then boom, we got the ABC, which was your 2. Then here we had a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, which was your third wave. It was a massive wave. Look at that. Then we had the expanded flat correction, the A, the B, the C. So like I said to you, I think this is some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. There's an even more bullish count at this point, but I'm just respecting what I'm seeing at the moment, that this is the scenario. We're actually in the final 5th wave coming up, and then that's it. We enter a bear market that comes down like this, and this is the scenario I've been looking at for a very long time. I think a lot of people you know, will think we're in a massive bear market and, you know, a sort of Armageddon scenario once we lose this low, because what we'll be doing really simply, and again, I'd love to be wrong, but this is the scenario I've looked at you with, you know, for so many years, is the reason why XRP didn't make all-time highs there, because it's still in the broader cycle, okay? And this is where, in this last leg, we will see XRP making all-time highs. So the confluence of that particular analysis of this big cycle, the fact that if we do start to see XRP busting a move relatively soon and breaking in all-time highs, then this is it. You know, we are in the last cycle. This is the last phase. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but this is what I've been looking at for many years with yourselves. This count has never changed, and the validation on the way down in this C wave was always losing the wave 1 high. For those people paying attention, we never lost it. So at the moment, this is what I'm looking at, and obviously there's other counts as well, but this has always been my primary count. I think this is the end phase of a bigger cycle, a 5-wave move that began in 2018. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and right now we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 set up, and then we've got the monster bear market, which will lose this low that we put in December 2022. People will run for the hills, but this is going to be one of the best buying opportunities ever presented to you in crypto, because at this point I think we'll have some kind of A, B, this C wave will come down. It'll be horrible. We'll see a massive rug pull on the S&P 500, you know, the king of risks, so on and so forth, and it will lose this low. But this C wave was going to be the opportunity of a lifetime. So I think it'll hover down here and start to come back up eventually, but it'll be some kind of like crypto bubble, like the .com bubble. This is what I envision, and I've been looking at this for a very long time. So how high does this go? I honestly don't know. All I'm doing is relaying the target to you. The technical target that's sitting in a moment is an inverse head and shoulders pattern coming back like this. We're breaking out this neckline. If we hold this yellow line, which is 1.27 trillion, this is now the target to your blow off top of this cycle, where we will see the likes of XRP actually make them all-time highs within this cycle, which it's always been in, basically going forward. So I wish you most luck, but that is my primary count at the moment. Obviously, I'm looking for the invalidation, but at the moment I think we've got an inverse head and shoulders pattern. We're breaking out. We're looking incredibly bullish across the board. We're potentially right where we were there before, you know, breaking this level high, this resistance, taking it out and continuing right there. This is the all-time high for me, this wave 3 high in May of 2021. I actually think that's the top of the impulsive move. This was an expanded flat correction, and right now this market is missing the final 5th wave. Here's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and within this last wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there is an even more bullish count within this final 5th wave, but at the moment I don't necessarily see it. Okay, it's a 1, 2, 1, 2 setup, 1, 2, 1, 2, and right now it's just going absolutely insane and vertical. Possibly, it's absolutely possible, but going forward, if we can take out that resistance, then yeah, and obviously many other things that we need to look at as well. The S&P 500 rolling over, what the Tether dominance is doing, what the Bitcoin dominance, so on and so forth. But at the minute, respectfully, I'm just looking at this target right now, and it also marries up with a 1.618 Fibonacci extension target, which I've looked at you with, you know, for many years as well. Right in a 1.618 off the previous high. Look at that technical target, 1.618, 3.17 trillion right now. The total 2's in. What is total 2? It's the altcoins. There's your blow off top of this cycle, okay, followed by an horrible, nasty bear market. That's my projection at the moment, but obviously I'm looking for the invalidation. So let me dive into the thing that I found for XRP right now that could be confluence of all the charts that I've shown you right now. The one thing I've seen on XRP that's incredibly bullish that no one's looking at right now. Let me show you, okay? So no one's looking at this, but last month we did actually print a very powerful candle, and I did relay to you in the previous video, I think it was on the last day of the month or a couple of days before, we got the huge breakout candle just there. It's around about 280% move. We've done exactly the same in November right there, but just there we printed a Marubozu candle, and right now we're printed another Marubozu candle. Okay, a very powerful candlestick formation. Basically, Marubozu is a Japanese word for dominance. Very powerful bullish statement from XRP in the month of November, and that, you know, equally was there. Now what happened there? Obviously we had the pullback, but we continued and we made all-time highs in that candle. So this is what I'm anticipating right now. If we just respecting the previous data or the previous breakout at the previous candlestick right there with a Marubozu candle, then this is where we are right now. We should just be kicking back, relaxing, waiting for all the data points to stack up. At that point, you know, we sell basically. So I'm not in a position to sell just yet. I do expect we will see some kind of significant resistance at the all-time high, which is around about $3.31, possibly a consolidation range, some kind of correction at that high. I'll try and find the targets for you if and when it happens, and then boom, we should follow through. Okay, because, you know, if we zoom out to the weekly time frame here, if we take a look at the previous cycle, when we came up in this breakout way back in 2017, take a look, there's your all-time high. Okay, the XRP ran into it, had the correction to pull back. Oh no, it's going to zero, held a level of support and then broke out, you know, which is what I'm anticipating right now. So the previous cycle is giving us clues to this cycle, and this is why I have remained bullish on XRP against herd mentality, because like I said to you, I just think that this cycle has been repeated. It's just more drawn out, it's more stretched out. You know, we've basically from left to right, we're doing exactly the same. So from here we've got a huge move up like this, we're holding this support, and right now we're busting the move, taking that local high, which is pretty much what we did just there in that candle as well, which is what we're doing in the follow month candle. And right now we're looking at the all-time high breakout within this candle as well, if we're just following the previous cycle. So this candle is a very bullish formation. It's called a Marubozu. Basically little to no wick at the top, just like we got there. Powerful continuation. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm not overly bullish. I'm not, you know, a moontard or anything like that, which is what a lot of people say I am. I'm just relaying the data to you. Okay, at some point I will flip bearish. Now, where are my targets? So my minimal target, okay, of this bull run, of a last impulsive move here for XRP, my minimal target is the 1.272. Whether or not we get up there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, time will tell. But if we see 5 waves to that target, I will become incredibly bearish. But at the minute, my minimal target, I'm looking at a minimal $4 being met in this third wave, which is something I've spoken about for so long. But my minimal target, the final target, which is what a lot of people keep asking for, is the 1.272 fib. Because like I said to you, you start to move up and down the stairs, the trend runs out of steam, and towards the end of the 5th wave, we do start to see the 1.27 fib run as a level of resistance right there. So that could actually be the final target right there for XRP. But if it starts to blow above it, then obviously, you know, you're looking at 1.414 at 13.38, and then, you know, the beautiful $26 to $27 at 1.618, which I've been charting for many years with yourselves. So I wish you most luck going forward, but I'm just kicking back, I'm relaxing, I'm going to rely on the data. I'm not, you know, in a position to sell XRP at the moment. I know it's tempting, and again, if you want to sell your XRP, you go ahead and do that. If you're in really good profit, you know, always pay yourself, always take profit. I will most definitely be looking to lock in partial profit if we get to that level and just see what happens going forward. Okay, but I wish you most luck. I will keep you updated on where I am looking to jump ship, but I want to see 5 waves to that particular target, especially on the weekly, just like we got here, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. You were cooked. So I'm looking at that here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. If we get up there in 5 waves to them targets above, then yeah, I will flip it incredibly bearish on XRP. But until that day comes, respect the pump. Really simple. Okay, hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care everyone. Back to a new update on XRP. Bye bye.